organic chemistry. So let me explain something. In this total chemistry, actually you have three parts. The total chemistry is divided into three parts. One is called physical chemistry. The physical chemistry mostly related with some physics topics. The second one is inorganic chemistry. So inorganic chemistry is the study of elements of periodic table, whereas organic chemistry is the study of only one element in the periodic table, that will be carbon. So we are studying organic chemistry. So actual the chapter name in the textbook will be some basic principles and techniques. The chapter name in textbook will be some basic principles and techniques. So this is the actual chapter name in our textbook. So generally in many books it is simply denoted with GOC. So GOC means General Organic Chemistry. We are starting organic chemistry, students. The chapter name is some basic principles and techniques, also called GOC. GOC means General Organic Chemistry. Now, what is organic chemistry? So, organic chemistry is the study of carbon and its compounds. So, I want to write the definition. Organic chemistry is the study of carbon and its compounds. I think all of you know the periodic table contains 118 elements. Mostly all you have seen the periodic table at least once. So in that periodic table we have 118 elements. Among that 118 elements, except carbon, remaining all elements are called inorganic elements. Remember, except carbon, remaining all elements are called inorganic elements. So if you are studying all elements except carbon, then that is study of inorganic chemistry. Now the remaining element only carbon and its compound study is called organic chemistry. So organic chemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with carbon and its compounds. And why we are studying only one single element and its compounds? Why? Because the carbon is the most important element in our daily life. Just I am explaining, not writing anything here. Just listen carefully. Carbon is the very important element in our daily life. Why? Because if carbon is not there, then life of a living system will be not there. Because we are human beings or any other living species are there, they must contain carbohydrates. Every day we eat food. Food is nothing but contains carbohydrates, proteins. So carbohydrates are the compounds of carbon. Proteins are the compounds of carbon because proteins are amino acids. Na? So that is also carbon compounds. Similarly, whatever the clothes we wear, that is also carbon compounds. So mostly in our day-to-day life, carbon compounds are essential to us. So that's why study of carbon compounds, we are separately studying that as organic chemistry. What is the definition of organic chemistry? Is the study of carbon and its compounds. So the first organic compound, synthesized in the laboratory. The first organic compound, some organic compounds are naturally occur and some organic compounds we can prepare in the laboratory. First organic compound prepared by F. Oler is a scientist name. F. Oler prepared first organic compound in 1828 nearly. First organic compound prepared by F. Oler in 1828. What is that first organic compound is? The first organic compound is nothing but urea. Urea is the first organic compound. So we know that urea is an organic compound, but it is prepared from an inorganic compound. By heating an inorganic compound, they prepared an organic compound. So the inorganic compound is ammonium cyanide. From ammonium cyanide, on decomposition, they prepared organic compound urea. So what is the first organic compound prepared? That is the urea. Urea is the first organic compound. It is prepared from ammonium cyanide. So this on decomposition, they prepared NH2C double bond O NH2. So this is the organic compound which is called urea. So by the decomposition of ammonium cyanide, they prepared urea. So urea is the first organic compound. It's prepared by F. Oler in 1828. So after that, so number of scientists synthesized number of organic compounds. So day to day, organic synthesis is developed, and nowadays so there are millions, billions of organic compounds are there. Why carbon is forming these number of compounds? Why we are studying carbon compounds only? Carbon has one important property that maybe you already learned in 10th class, but just I'm explaining. Only carbon has some special important property. The property name is catenation. This is the most important property of carbon. Other elements also have this property, but the carbon catenation property is highest among all periodic table elements. How many elements in the periodic table? As I told, there are 118 elements in the periodic table. Among that, we are studying only carbon and its compounds. This study is called organic chemistry. Why we are studying only carbon means carbon has highest catenation capacity. What is meant by catenation? I'm writing definition here. So catenation is the formation of chains with identical atoms. So that is the definition of catenation. It is the process of formation of chains with identical atoms, which means if you are taking this is a carbon atom, again another carbon atom, another carbon atom, another carbon atom, like this we are taking number of carbon atoms. So each carbon will form link with other carbon. So this chain can be increased up to any number. So with its own atom, if it is forming chains, then that process is called catenation. Catenation is the formation of chains with identical atoms. So formation of chains with identical atoms is called catenation. So carbon is the highest catenation in the periodic table. Remember, carbon has highest catenation. The second highest will be silicon. Remember, first highest will be carbon, the second will be silicon. Silicon is the second highest catenation capacity. So because of this catenation of carbon, it will form infinite number of compounds. How many number of carbon compounds? There are infinite number of carbon compounds. We cannot predict the number of possible compounds for carbon. It can form any number of compounds. So due to this, all these compounds naming is very difficult. So that's why we are using one special technique for the naming. The special technique is called IUPAC naming. That we will learn in the next class. So IUPAC naming we will learn in the next class. But today, as introduction, I am explaining carbon is the most important element in our day-to-day life. Already told why? Because if carbon is not there, then life is not there. You are studying biology. In biology, cells are there, proteins are there, carbohydrates are there. All these are made up of carbon atoms. Remember, carbon atoms forms carbohydrates, proteins, cells, and whatever the food we are eating, that is a carbon compound. So study of carbon compound is very important to us. So what is the chapter name? Some basic principles and techniques. This is also called General Organic Chemistry. Simply we write GOC. GOC means General Organic Chemistry. Now, why we have to study carbon compounds? I explained. So, in the first, I will explain one topic, that is hybridization of carbon. So, this hybridization topic is very new to you because we will learn this hybridization topic in the chemical bonding chapter. There we completely learn about hybridization. But just for organic compounds, I am explaining hybridization symbols can be, it is represented with sp, sp2, sp3, sp3d, sp3d2, sp3d3. So all these are symbols of hybridization. Remember, all these are symbols of hybridization. What are the symbols? sp, sp2, sp3, sp3d, sp3d2, sp3d3. All these are hybridization symbols. How these will come, that we will learn in directly in chemical bonding chapter. Just what I am explaining is, in carbon compounds, there are three hybridization possible. That will be sp, sp2, sp3. Carbon atoms or carbon compounds will exhibit three types of hybridization. What are they? sp, sp2 and sp3. So I am writing here. Carbon exhibit three types of hybridization. in its compounds. That is, what are that? Sp, sp2 and sp3. So what is actually sp, sp2, sp3? Simply I am explaining. I think you are yesterday Grace started atomic structure chapter. In the ending of the chapter atomic structure, you will learn actually what is the structure of atom. First, I am writing simply. The actual structure of atom should be like this. Protons and neutrons will be at the center. This is called nucleus. And around these protons, electrons will be circulated like this. So these are the paths of electrons. In this path, there is some specific shape for the specific position for the electrons. So this specific position we call orbital. Remember, electrons present in a specific position. That position simply we are calling as orbital. So these orbitals can be s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, and f orbital. So there are mainly 4 orbitals we learn: s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, and f orbital. So if this is the first shell, it contains s orbital. If it is the second shell, it contains s and p orbital. If it is a third shell, it contains spd. Like that, if it is a fourth shell, it contains spdf. So depends on which shell is present. So different types of orbitals are present. So what is orbital shell? That we will learn in atomic structure chapter. Just for clarifying what is S means, what is P means. All these are the symbols of orbitals. So symbols of orbitals are what? S, P, D and F. So if these orbitals, when we are mixing, then we get hybrid orbitals, and these hybrid orbitals are denoted with sp, sp2, sp3, sp3d, sp3d2, sp3d3. So all these are hybrid orbitals. Among these hybrid orbitals, carbon contains only 3 hybridizations. What are that? sp, sp2, sp3. So this is for which atom? Carbon atom. Carbon atom exhibit 3 types of hybridization in their compounds. What are they? sp, sp2, sp3. So sp means it is a combination of one s orbital and one p orbital. Remember, sp is a combination of one s orbital and one p orbital. Similarly, sp2 is a combination of one s orbital and 2 p orbitals. And the combination of 1s and 3p orbitals will give sp3 hybrid orbitals. Why d is not there? Here sp3d, sp3d2 I am not giving. Why? Because carbon does not have d orbitals. That is the main reason why carbon does not exhibit other hybridization. Carbon exhibit only sp, sp2, sp3. Why? Because since carbon contains only s and p orbitals. Again I am telling what are the orbitals and which atom has which type of orbitals. That all you learn in atomic structure ending. But just for the hybridization topic, I am explaining what are the orbitals. Orbitals are simply positions of electrons. The place of electron is nothing but orbital. So in the first shell, s orbital will be present. In the second shell, s and p orbitals will be present. In the third shell, s, p, d. In the fourth shell, s, p, d, f will be present. So in carbon, only s and p orbitals are present. So when these are mixing, there is a three types of hybridizations possible. That will be sp, sp2, sp3. So carbon exhibit these three types of hybridization in any compound. Whatever the carbon compounds are there, carbon atom exhibit only three types of hybridization. What are they? sp, sp2, sp3. Now, at which position which carbon exhibit which hybridization? That is also important. Remember, sp3 hybridization exhibited by the carbon atom which has only single bonds. If the carbon atom has single bonds, then the hybridization of carbon we call sp3. Similarly, sp2 hybridizations exhibited by those carbon atoms which has one double bond. The carbon has one double bond, then the carbon hybridization must be sp2. It has only single bonds, hybridization must be sp3. Another one is sp hybridization shown by such carbon atoms in which has one triple bond or two double bonds. So if the carbon atom has one triple bond or two double bonds, then its hybridization must be sp. If the carbon atom has one double bond, then its hybridization must be sp2. If it has only single bonds, then its hybridization must be sp3. Some examples we'll learn today. See this, for example, I'm writing a molecule CH3 single bond, CH2 single bond, CH3. It is a molecule. Its molecule name is propane. And how to write the names? Definitely we'll learn in the next class. The next class we'll learn IUPAC names. So its molecule name is propane. How many carbon atoms are here? There are three carbon atoms. This is a carbon atom. This is also a carbon atom. This is also a carbon atom. There are three carbon atoms. In these three carbon atoms, observe the first carbon. This carbon is single bonded with the other carbon. And remember, wherever hydrogens are there, hydrogens are always single bonds. It can never form pi bond, double bond. So hydrogens only form single bond. I'm writing structure like this. I'm writing complete structure here. This is the CH3 single bond, CH2 single bond, CH3. So just the above molecule are written like this. Now we can easily observe. So in this carbon, how many number of bonds are there? This is one bond, this is second bond, this is third bond, this is the fourth bond. All these four bonds are single bonds. Is it or not? So this is a single bond, this is a single bond, this is also single bond, this is also single bond. So here carbon has only single bonds. When the carbon has single bonds, then I told it always exhibit sp3 hybridization. So hybridization of this carbon atom will be what? sp3. Similarly, see this carbon. In this side also single bond. This side also single bond. Above is single bond. Below is single bond. Again, this is also all are single bond. So what is the hybridization of this carbon atom? sp3 definitely. Wherever carbon is singly bonded attached with all atoms, its hybridization must be what? sp3. Then you can tell what is the hybridization of this carbon atom. This is also definitely sp3. So in this molecule, each carbon exhibit sp3 hybridization. Yes, what is hybridization? Again, I am telling hybridization concept you will learn in chemical bonding chapter. So, but just what hybridizations are possible in organic compounds that I am explaining. In organic compounds, carbon exhibit three types of hybridization, that is sp, sp2, sp3. sp3 is shown by single bonded carbon atoms. Another example, this time I am writing another molecule, CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH3. So this is an organic compound written here. Now here also three carbon atoms are there. So we have to find hybridization of the each carbon atom. Tells this, take this carbon atom. So what is the hybridization? Simply you can answer. Observe this. On this carbon, this side is single bond, this side is single bond, but here two bonds are there. Is it or not? Two bonds means this is called double bond. If only single is there, that is single bond. If two bonds attachment is there, that is called double bond. So this side single bond, this side double bond. In between single and double, we take double bond as a preference. That means this carbon is a double bonded carbon. So in this double bonded carbon, what is the hybridization? So hybridization must be sp2 because carbon has double bond. That's why hybridization will be sp2. What about this carbon? You tell. This carbon also, this is single bond. This is also single bond. But again, this side it is a double bond content. I am explaining for this carbon atom. Right side and below sides are single bond. But left side again double bond attachment is there. So which we prefer? Definitely double bond we prefer. So the hybridization of this carbon atom is also what? sp2. Now go for third carbon atom. You can tell what is the hybridization. So tell everybody here this carbon atom, left side single bond or double bond? Single bond. Right side single bond, below single bond, above single bond. So all are single bonds or not? So when all are single bonds, what is the hybridization? sp3. So it doesn't mean in a molecule all carbon have same hybridization. So different carbons, different hybridizations are possible. So that's why here in this molecule sp2 are also present, sp3 also present. So depends on which bonds are present on carbon. We can write the hybridization. Another example, CH triple bond, C single bond, CH2 single bond, CH double bond, CH2. So one big molecule I gave. So you have to write the hybridization. So how many carbon atoms are visible? There are 4 carbon atoms, 5 carbon atoms. Is it or not? This is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. There are 5 carbon atoms. So on these 5 carbon atoms, each carbon exhibits different hybridization. Hybridization can be same, also different, also possible. So depends on types of bonds are present. So what is the hybridization of this carbon? We can tell. So in the left side, what is this? Hydrogen single bond, na? Single bond. In this right side, triple bond is there. So which we prefer? Single bond or triple bond? Definitely triple bond is more preferred. So that means this carbon is a triple bonded carbon. If the carbon is triple bonded, then what is hybridization? It must be sp. It's only up to now remember three hybridizations: sp, sp2, sp3. Triple bond means sp. Double bond means sp2. Single bond means sp3. Now observe this carbon atom. What is hybridization? Here in the left side triple bond is there, right side single bond is there. Which we prefer? Definitely triple bond. This carbon is also triple bonded carbon. That means what is hybridization? sp hybridization. So third carbon. In this carbon, this side it is a single bond. Right side single bond. Above single bond, below single bond. All are single bonded atoms. So this carbon is a single bonded carbon. What is the hybridization? Boys and girls, tell. It will be sp3. Single bond, it will be sp3. Now this carbon atom, this side single bond, below single bond, but right side is which bond? Double bond. So single, single, double. So which we prefer? So double bond will be preferred. So among this is a double bonded carbon atom. So what is the hybridization of double bonded carbon atom? It will be sp2. So finally this carbon atom. What is the hybridization? Tell. This side double bond. These two are single bonds. So which is preferred, double bond or single bond? So definitely a double bond. So double bond hybridization will be sp2. So observe this molecule. It molecule also have sp, also have sp3, also have sp2. Wherever carbon contains only three hybridization: sp, sp2, sp3. So depends on which bonds are present on carbon, which types of bonds. Single bonds are present, double bonds are present, or triple bonds are present. Based on that, its hybridizations we have to remember. So again, I'm giving one molecule. Yes, I'm giving 1 minute time, so you can tell the hybridization. Sometimes they don't give complete structure. They will give like this. CH3 single bond, CH double bond, C double bond, CH single bond, C triple bond, CH. So this is a molecule. Here observe this. The bonds of hydrogens are not visible. Is it or not? Here the bonds of hydrogens are not visible. But you have to remember, hydrogen bonds are visible or not. They always form single bonds. Hydrogen never form double bond. It only forms single bond. So no need to take hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen is always single bonds. Remember, remaining bonds we have to observe. So here how many carbon atoms are there? There are 6 carbon atoms. First, second, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of you write the hybridization of these carbon atoms. Within 1 minute I will explain. So don't ask actually what is hybridization. I already told hybridization topic will come in chemical bonding chapter. There you completely learn actually what is hybridization, how it will form. Just I am explaining what types of hybridizations are possible in organic compounds. In organic compounds, 3 types of hybridization: sp, sp2, sp3. So depends on which types of bonds are present. So So we can call it as sp, sp2, sp3. Okay, I think all of you written. Just I am explaining here. So this is the carbon, first carbon I am taking. So this carbon is a which bond? You tell. Only single bond is there. Hydrogen always definitely single bond. But with carbon also it has single bond. That means the carbon, all four bonds are single bonds. That means what is the hybridization? sp3. Very good. I think most of you done. If you are not done, that means you are not listening class carefully. Right. This is the second carbon. This carbon, hydrogen definitely single bond, huh? But this side, this has single bond with carbon, and this side double bond. Which we prefer? So double bond we prefer in compare with single bond. So this is a double bonded carbon atom. What is hybridization? sp2. I think all are getting. The third carbon I am giving. Yes, no here. There is no hydrogen. Observe this. There is no hydrogen. That means there is no single bond. This side which bond? Single or double? This one. This one is a double. This side. This one is also double. That means this carbon has two double bonds, not one double bond. This carbon has this side double bond, this side double bond. How many double bonds? Two double bonds. Remember I told, when two double bonds or one triple bond is there, then its hybridization must be what? sp hybridization. Already written in the above. sp3 means all are single bond. sp2 means one double bond. sp means two double bonds or one triple bond. So here this carbon triple bond is not present, but double bonds are two present. This side also double bond and this side also double bond. So this one, so this double bond and this double bond. So two double bonds on this carbon. Hence, two double bonds are equal to one triple bond. Remember, two double bonds are equal to one triple bond. That's why what is its hybridization? sp. Now, what is the hybridization of this carbon atom? Observe this. This side which bond? Double bond, and this side single bond. As I told, hydrogen is always single bond. From this side single, this side double. So definitely double we prefer. So this will be hybridization sp2. And what about this hybridization? This side which bond? Single. This side which bond? Triple. So triple is preferred than single. So hybridization must be sp hybridization. And finally, this carbon atom. If carbon has this side hydrogen, hydrogen means single bond, and this side triple bond. So single and triple, which we prefer? So triple. So this must be which hybridization? sp hybridization. So this one is sp3 single bond, sp2 double bond. Here two double bonds are there. That's why it is sp hybridization. One double bond sp2, one triple bond sp, one triple bond sp. I think no one have dots. So how many types of carbon atom? How many types of hybridization shown by carbon? Three types of hybridization. What are they? sp, sp2, sp3. sp is shown by triple bond or two double bonds. sp2 is shown by one double bond. sp is shown by only single bonds. Right. Now remember, again one topic I am explaining. If the carbon has, suppose single bond, carbon-carbon single bond, another is carbon-carbon double bond, another is carbon-carbon triple bond. Just for example, I am explaining. So this is also you will learn in chemical bonding topic. Between this carbon and this carbon, which bond is there? Single bond or double bond? This is a single bond. single bond always represented with sigma bond. Wherever single bond is there, that bond is called which bond? Sigma bond. A single bond is always sigma bond. Now in this double bond is there, na? Carbon, double bond, carbon. So when one double bond is present, remember when one double bond is present, among that one bond is called sigma bond, the other bond is called pi bond. If single bond is there, that is always sigma. If double bond is there, one will be sigma and one will be pi. So don't ask, sir, which is sigma, which is pi. That is your choice. Above one you can take as sigma, below one you can take as a pi. Below one you can take as sigma, above one you can take as pi. That is our choice because both are two bonds. Na? One is sigma, another one is pi. Anything we can use. Above is sigma, below is pi, or below is sigma, above is pi. Understood? I think single bond is there. The bond is called sigma bond. Double bond is there. The bond is called, one is sigma bond, other one is pi bond. In carbon, triple bond, carbon, total 3 bonds are there. Among these 3 bonds, one bond is called sigma bond, and remaining 2 bonds are called pi bonds. This is also pi, this is also pi. That means in triple bond, 1 sigma, 2 pi bonds are there. In double bond, 1 sigma, 1 pi bond is there. In single bond, 1 sigma is there. Again, I am writing here. Single bond is denoted with which bond? Sigma bond. Single bond contains only sigma. Double bond contains 1 sigma and 1 pi bond, whereas triple bond contains 1 sigma and 2 pi bonds. So single bond is compulsory. In any molecule, there must be single bond compulsory. Single bond means sigma bond. Without sigma bond, pi bond cannot form. Remember it. Without sigma, pi bond cannot form. So again, all you ask, sir, what is sigma bond? What is pi bond? So all these bonds you will learn in chemical bonding topic. Actually, the chemical bonding topic, some basics. What type of bonds are possible? That is the basics actually. But directly I am explaining here. Sigma bond and pi bond. There are 2 types of bonds are possible. Sigma and pi. Which is called sigma? Any molecule has single bond. That always called sigma bond. If it has double bond, in double bond, so definitely 1 sigma bond and the other one will be pi bond. In triple bond, 1 sigma and 2 pi bonds are there. So how sigma bonds will form, how pi bonds will form, so that we will learn in chemical bonding topic. I will also explain. Just for just remembrance, you have to understood what are the types of bonds. There are 2 types of bonds, sigma and pi. Among this sigma and pi, just I am concluding, among this sigma and pi, so one is sigma bond, another one is which bond? Pi bond. So sigma and pi bond. So sigma bond we always treated as strong bond, whereas pi bond we always treated as weak bond. Pi bond is a weak bond, whereas the sigma bond is a strong bond. How it is strong, how it is weak, we will see in the next class. I think all of you understand. So what we learned today. So what is the chapter name? First of all of you tell. The chapter name is Some Basic Principles and Techniques. This is generally we call general organic chemistry. So organic chemistry, which deals with carbon and its compounds. Why we are studying only carbon? I already told. Carbon has one important property, that is a catenation. Catenation means formation of chains with identical atoms. So if you are giving carbon atoms continuously, it will form bonds continuously. So carbon can link with other carbons. So number of linkages are possible. So due to that, it can form infinite number of compounds. How many number of compounds of carbon? There is no finite. We can form millions, billions. So there are infinite number of compounds. So that's why studying of carbon compounds are very important. That's why it is called separate chemistry, organic chemistry. What is inorganic chemistry? I told, except carbon, remember remaining 117 elements of periodic table we are studying, then that is called inorganic. All 117 elements are inorganic, only one carbon element is organic. So that means you can imagine how much important for carbon. If carbon is not there, remember life is not there. Is it or not? So we are living because of carbon compounds. Carbohydrates are carbon, proteins are carbon, cells. In biology, you get cells, na? Cells are also made up of carbon. So all biology is made up of carbon. That's why carbon is essential for life. So its study is important. So catenation we completed. Which is the first organic compound synthesized in the laboratory? That will be urea. Urea is the first organic compound synthesized in the laboratory from an inorganic compound, which is synthesized by F. Fowler in 1828. After that, we learn hybridization. Actually, I didn't give definition on how a hybridization will be formed, because that we will learn in chemical bonding topic. Just I told, in hybridization, the possible hybridizations will be this sp, sp2, sp3, sp3d, sp3d2, sp3d3. So I already told what is Sr, what is P, what is D. Spd, all these are atomic orbitals. Atomic orbitals. So what is atomic orbital means? Orbital is a place of electron in the atom. So these orbitals are denoted with S, P, D, F, like that. The first shell contain S orbital, second shell contain S and P, third shell contain SPD, fourth contain SPDF. So this topic will come in atomic structure. Don't worry. This atomic orbitals we will learn in atomic structure. That is teaching by Giri sir. In the end of the chapter, all you will learn what types of atomic orbitals are present. Just I'm symbols I am giving: S orbitals, P orbitals, D orbitals, and F orbitals. So when these atomic orbitals on mixing, we get hybridization. Hybridization is the mixing of atomic orbitals. So these are the atomic hybrid orbitals I given. sp possible, sp2 possible, sp3. Carbon exhibit three types of hybridization. What are that? sp, sp2, sp3. sp means it is a combination of one s and one p. sp2 is the combination of one s and two p. sp3 is a combination of one s and three p orbitals. Only these three are possible. sp3d, sp3d2, d3 are not possible. Why? I already told. Carbon contains only s and p orbitals. There is no d orbital in carbon. That's why only sp, sp2, sp3 are possible. So this is the hybridization of carbon. When sp is possible, when sp2 is possible, already told. sp3 hybridization shown by those carbons which has only single bonds. If single bonds are there, hybridization is what? sp3. If one double bond is there, hybridization sp2. Two double bonds or one triple bond is there, hybridization will be sp. So depends on whatever the molecules are they are giving. So we can write hybridization. So I'm giving some homework. You can try hybridization now. Write these molecules as a homework. So you have to write the hybridization. Write hybridization and send to your proctor. So I'm giving one molecule. So this is the first molecule. This is the second molecule. So these three molecules are given as a homework. So each carbon has some hybridization that you have to write its hybridization. Okay, thank you very much. So write this homework and send it to your doctors. Thank you very much. You can leave now. We'll meet tomorrow. Yes, sir.
Okay. Start.